Today, we're going to crack the code on a number that's a total mystery to most of us, your life insurance premium. So, let's just dive right in and see exactly how they figure out that price.
You've been there, right? You get that bill, you see the amount, and you just kind of think, did they just pull this number out of a hat? Well, it's not random at all. Actually, there's a really specific logic behind it, and by the end of this, you're going to get it completely.
So first things first, the price of a promise. Before we even get into the math, we have to understand the main idea. See, a premium isn't just a bill, it's your part of a very serious agreement.
Here's the best way to think about it. Your premium is your side of a legal deal. The insurance company makes this huge promise, and your payment is what makes that promise legally solid. It's literally the binding force holding the whole thing together. Without your payment, that promise, it's just words.
Okay, so how do insurers cook up the price for that promise? Well, you can think of it like a recipe. A recipe with 3 core ingredients that every single insurance company uses, no exceptions.
And here they are, the big 3: mortality, interest, and expenses. Every premium for every policy starts with this fundamental trio. Let's break down what each one actually means.
First up is mortality. And listen, this is the big one. It has the single greatest effect on what you pay. Now, this isn't personal, it's just pure statistics. Insurers use these massive data tables called mortality tables to predict the chances of someone passing away at any given age.
So to figure out the risk, they can literally look at a chart and see, for instance, how many 35-year-old men out of a group of 1,000 are statistically likely to die this year. That cold, hard number, that's the starting point for the whole calculation.
Now, the second ingredient is interest. And this part might surprise you. See, insurance companies don't just let your premium payments sit in a bank account. No way. They invest that money. Stocks, bonds, the whole shebang. And the money they expect to make from those investments, it actually helps lower what you have to pay.
Yeah, it's this weird inverse relationship. The better the insurance company is at investing, the less they have to charge you. So, if they assume they're going to get higher returns, that can lead directly to a lower premium for you.
And ingredient number 3 is the expense factor. It's also known as the loading charge. Really, this is just the cost of doing business. At the end of the day, an insurance company is a business, right? It's got bills to pay, people to pay, all of that.
And those costs get loaded right into your premium. This covers everything, and I mean everything. You've got commissions for the agents, salaries for the staff, rent for the office buildings, even the money that the government requires them to keep on hand just in case. And of course, their own profit margin is in there too.
Okay, so we've got the 3 basic ingredients for the recipe, but that general recipe gets customized for every single person. So now let's look at how they make it personal. This is where you come into the picture. They take that base rate and they start adjusting it based on your life. Your age and gender are huge factors. They'll look at your entire health history, what you do for a living. You know, a firefighter has a different risk profile than a librarian. And even your hobbies. You love to go skydiving? Yeah, that's getting factored in. If you use tobacco, if you travel to certain countries, it all goes into the mix to create a premium that reflects your unique self. So how do they take those general ingredients and all your personal factors and turn them into that final number on the bill? Well, it's actually a pretty simple 2-step formula.
First up, they calculate something called the net premium. You can think of this as the pure, raw cost of the insurance risk. They just take that statistical mortality cost for someone like you and subtract the interest they figure they're going to earn on your money.
Then they take that net premium and they add the expense factor, that loading charge we just talked about. And boom, the result is the gross premium. That is the number you actually pay. So mortality minus interest plus expenses. That's the formula. Simple as that.
All right, now we know the price. The last piece of this puzzle is deciding how you pay it. You've got options, and believe it or not, the choice you make can actually change how much you spend in total. So here's a little pro tip. The premium is technically calculated as a once-a-year cost. If you decide to break it up and pay more often, like monthly, you're actually going to pay more over the year. So why is that? Well, 2 reasons. The insurer loses out on some interest they could have earned, and they have higher admin costs for processing 12 payments instead of just 1. So paying annually, that's always going to be your cheapest option.
For some kinds of policies, you can also change how the payments are structured over time. The standard is fixed or level. It just stays the same every single year. But you could also pick a modified plan, which starts out lower and then jumps up once to a new level. or a graded plan that creeps up a little bit each year before it finally levels off. They're really just designed to be a little easier on your wallet in the early years.
So as we wrap things up here, let's just come back to the most important idea. That number on your bill, it's not random. It is anything but. It's a carefully balanced equation, and I think this quote sums it up perfectly.
The main takeaway is this. A premium is simply the price for a promise, and that price is based on a totally predictable formula that combines risk, investment returns, and business costs. A formula that, hey, is no longer a mystery to you.
You know, at the end of the day, your premium is more than just a number. It's kind of like a financial story of your life, based on data. So, now that you know the formula, I'll leave you with a question. What story does your premium tell about you?